A little disclaimer before we start this video. There's going to be no actual sperm in the video because, to be honest with you, my mum watches these videos and my aunties watch these videos. So, and you know, this video isn't undermining the seriousness of infertility. So I've seen online quite a bit questions from people saying, does Kaftrio make you more fertile? And if I'm honest, I kind of know deep down inside it isn't going to make me more fertile. But we saw a testing kit for £6 on Amazon and I thought, you know what, let's give it a bash. So don't worry about the outcome. There's going to be no tears. I fully expect it to be negative, but it's a good scientific experiment because I've been on it now for over a month. And there'll be a lot of guys who may be starting it thinking, oh my God, will this allow me to have kids? I think the general science behind it is that the tube that carries your sperm from where they are to where it needs to be isn't there or is too small for your semen to get through. That's why it's still possible to have babies through IVF and other means, because the semen, in theory, is still there, but it just can't get out. So I'm not expecting miracles today, but me and Liv are, again, I've said this in a few videos, we're at the start of the process. It's been delayed due to COVID. So I'm not expecting to do this and then all of a sudden like come off the IVF scheme at all. But we'll see what happens. So this test, from what I'm reading, is to test if your semen concentration level is more than 15 million units of semen per milliliter. So apparently if you're less than 15 million semen per milliliter, then you're considered infertile. If you are more than 15 million per milliliter, then you are considered fertile. So it's not going to give me how many pieces of sperm are in whatever I produce, but it is going to tell me whether I'll be considered fertile. And the liquid goes a different colour. There's a little bit of a process to it. I'm not a nurse, so I'm probably going to mess it up anyway. This is probably the one we'll be mainly concerned with. If well A is colourless, it means that the sperm concentration is less than 5 million millilitres or 0. So that's what I'd expect it to come out as. And then there's abnormal and normal. But I think it's going to come out as the colourless. So hopefully this isn't too crude, but that's the final test result. And if it's clear, then you've got pretty much no semen count. And to me, that's pretty clear, innit? If it was the same colour, then you've got 15 million. If it was a little bit lighter, then you can have 5 to 10. But I think that's pretty conclusive that Kaftrio isn't really changing much on the fertility side of things for me. This is probably the weirdest and most intimate video I've actually done, but I wanted to kind of be the one who did it and test it out.
Well, people are asking the question, aren't they? And you're answering it for them now, basically, with proof. So
yeah, if you do want to have a go yourself, you know, if you are still curious whether it's working for you or not, what did you do? You just went on Amazon, didn't you?
Yeah, I just typed it in on Amazon. Loads of different ones that you can buy, and they're instant results. You can get the more advanced ones, which are like £150, but I think you've got to send them off and it give you more detail and stuff. But
I think realistically, as someone with cystic fibrosis who is on Kaftrio and has been infertile for years, I wouldn't personally waste my money on a £150 test to be completely ultra accurate, because not to be crude, but you know the difference. You know the difference, you know, before you even do the test. This was just basically to 100% cement it in my mind, and you know, maybe your mind, that you don't want to have the expectation of suddenly being able to have kids naturally. There's loads of other ways you can do it. So me and Liv, we're probably just going to stick to the IVF, aren't we?
yeah.
So nothing's changed. The plan continues as normal. I hope it's not been too crude and you've enjoyed the update.